I know, and oh, hey, it's me, and I'm JV, the Antique Artistic, and this is going to be a very special, very different video today. I am involved in a collaboration with some of my friends that I've met on YouTube, and ironically, though my channel is YouTube, these are friends who are mostly involved in the beauty business, and you know me and makeup and such and how horrible I am, but they're so awesome, and I love the subject of the collaboration. And this is a hashtag team support collaboration on overcoming insecurities. So anyway, and by the way, I really am trying to get some of my autistic friends to do a collaboration too, which should be really awesome too. But these ladies are all really awesome. There's Vanessa with VIPB Beauty, News and Fashion, Penny from Cockrell, Zakia from Blush Beauty, Karen from Karen Maria, and quite a few more. Now, insecurities. Okay, I am in my 7th decade of life, so don't let it scare you that even at my advanced age, you know, I still have some pretty big insecurities to overcome. But it's not quite as scary as it would seem, because I am working on them, and most of the insecurities are fairly new. I did grow up. I am autistic, and so I was known as that little mentally retarded spazzy kid. My dad, everyone would say I was mentally retarded, so my dad got IQ tests, showed I was a genius. School and got their own test, showed I was mentally retarded. I mean, there was like 100 points between the two tests, and I knew that they were both right, and so I called myself, I couldn't figure out, I didn't know I was autistic. Nobody knew I was autistic, but I was okay with calling myself the, you know, retarded genius, mentally retarded genius. And so anyway, I was horrifically abused by most of the members of my family, and then at school, because I was so creatively wired, I was really bullied horribly. I mean, and it was really bad. Now, but I wasn't that insecure because I had this grandpa, and he was the best grandpa in the world, and you know, he would tell me, you know, you're different and you're awesome. He didn't say awesome, awesome is my word, but whatever his word for awesome was. And he'd say, you know, you are a good girl. The things they accuse you of, the things they do to you, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. And so I accepted that it wasn't my fault, but I also ended up making excuses for most of them, all except for one of them. And so when they do these horrible things, I would say, well, they couldn't help it. You know, they couldn't help it. And that's kind of what was put in the folder in my mind. And then I felt, I knew I was nice, I knew I was good, I knew I was kind. And I knew that according to the books I read, because those were my only friends, those were the important attributes, and to work hard and to not complain and this and that. And I knew that people still didn't want to be friends with me. And I didn't think it was because I was bad or anything like that. I just thought, rightly, I think pretty much, that I was just missing the little key, how to work the key to make the kids at school like accept me. But I knew it wasn't because there was something bad about me. It was just I was furiously trying to figure out, you know, that secret. And so anyway, I did feel pretty secure. Like I said, books are my friend, and so when I had kids, I used books, and I was teaching. That's more than anything what I wanted was to have 6 years old. I decided my goal in life is I'm going to have babies, and they're going to get the love I never did, and I read all the books on how to do it and everything. And I thought I had a good relationship with all of my kids. Something happened with one of them, and I never in a million years thought it would happen with her. And I was devastated, absolutely devastated, to find out that she really couldn't stand me, and that she had the person who I've had the most problems with my whole life was the one who told me that. And now part of my problems right now is like, I'm wondering, what did the person who told me that lie and cause the other person to feel abandoned? But anyway, that doesn't matter. It's just getting on the insecurity. So it was around that time that I started getting really insecure, because something to me that I thought was unthinkable had happened. And then when I got cancer, when I got diagnosed with breast cancer, I thought, well, okay, this will be a time the family will stop being mean and they'll stop lying to my loved one, and I'll be able to reconcile with my loved one. And that didn't happen. And I had one of my sisters, I talked to her on the phone, and she said, don't think that we're going to give you any support. And I said, well, I really need support. She goes, well, we're not going to, because you're scared of us. And I said, yeah, but right now I'm more scared of the cancer. I really need your support. And she said, nope, nope, you're scared. You're not going to get any support, even though if you look at my other videos, a lot of this is in my other videos, but because of the collaboration name, I'm having to go back and repeat some of them. And so I said, well, you know, I have my community and they will support me. Okay, in my family there are 3 people with degrees in medicine. My family, I mean, they really, truly are evil. Like, convinced my daughter that when her dad was dying that he was faking it. And I guess also convinced my daughter that I was faking cancer. And one of them, I just know it was a family member who had a knowledge of medicine, which is 3 of them, called and told some of my friends that I was faking cancer. And I don't think they would have even begun to fall about it, but these people fall for it, but these people are so good at what they do with being monsters. And also I had just recently come out to my friends that I was autistic, so they were kind of, oh, I thought you were just, you know, quirky. And I think they felt a little betrayed almost that I hadn't told them, and like fools that they become friends with a autistic person, I don't know. But it made it real easy for some people to not believe it. And it hurt so bad. I had Bobby and I had the boys, and they were giving support, but my family had always said horrible things about me, and now there was that I was faking cancer, which I was not. I mean, I had the lack of real breasts to prove it, you know. I mean, I have reconstruction, but trust me, it doesn't look like those, you know, breast augmentations people have. And so I reached a point, my very lowest point. I was just sitting there in a trailer, and I was saying to myself, how could some people say such a horrible thing that I'm faking breast cancer? And then I thought, unless it's true, maybe I'm delusional. And I think I have breast cancer and I don't. And if that's true, then all these other horrible things about them must be true too. And nobody would just make that up. And so I decided the best thing I could do for my loved ones was to remove myself from this life, because I must be so delusional. Guys, breast cancer, still taking medicine, had a double mastectomy, all the treatments, everything. And so at that point, And I called the place and said, well, I'm going to kill myself. Please, let my family know. And that it's because I love them. And anyway, that got resolved where it was like, no. My doctors and everybody proved to me that I have breast cancer. And that I've been getting treatment for a long time for it. And so it was at that point I was so down, and I said, I have to do something. The things I've never thought would happen have happened, and I'm not talking breast cancer, I'm talking relationships. And I was so depressed, and I said, I have to do something to prove I'm okay. And so what I started doing is, autistics have a really, really high suicide rate, and that is their #1 cause of death, high-functioning autistics. And I had been blessed in that until this recent thing, I had never, ever considered suicide. And I felt how bad it was, how bad it felt to think that people would be better off if you died, if you took your life. And so instead I became an activist to help other autistic people, to help them feel better about themselves, to help them with their rights, just to help them in so many ways. I am the creator of a retreat center, Buy-in for Autistics, that is the only one in the world affordable for everybody, and it's really awesome, and the food's really good. I make it all. And I'm also working on trying to put an autistic community here together in Pueblo, an intentional community within an already existing community. And reaching out, I'm overcoming my insecurities by helping other autistic people who have felt really that sad that they were, and I'm starting to really feel a lot better myself. The pain from my family will always be there, but I'm learning to surround it with joy, and reaching out and helping other people, I think, is the best way to overcome that kind of pain and that kind of insecurity. So, anyways, I know there'll be some haters out there. There always are, so I'm just letting you guys know. We're here, we're weird. Get used to it.